Oh hi, thanks for watching my video. So today we are going to be playing a little bit of a game. I made a video once, long time ago now, which was like a saw challenge type thing. I had made a load of Sims and had basically forced them to go through several rooms. Each room had their own test, and one way or another, one Sim would fail the test and be killed. It's going to be a lot of death in this game. So I have 6 Sims here, and I have 5 rooms. So one of them is going to win, one of them is going to survive and make it out of this place alive. The test rooms are pretty simple, they're very basic ideas. I've been doing a lot of experiments lately, and I noticed certain behaviours that Sims do that I find really annoying. You know, like how they often choose the TV over building skills, or something like that. Basically, these rooms are designed to be kind of an endurance test, if you like. So yeah, we'll start off with room 1. All 6 Sims will go in, only 5 will leave, and we'll just keep doing that until we're down to the final 2, and then we'll have a bit of one-on-one action and see who makes it out alive. So I suppose to start off, I should probably introduce you to our cast. So our first contestant here is Kylie. The reason why she's in the death game is because she was in an experiment once where she was responsible for taking care of 10 toddlers. And she was pretty selfish throughout the whole thing. She let them all go hungry, she let them all get really tired and stinky. Anytime she went to the kitchen was pretty much to fix herself up a sandwich. I mean, she does dislike children, but she could have made more of an effort. So neglecting children, that's the reason why she's in the death game. Next up we have Benny. He tried to lure all of his neighbours into his basement so he could lock them in there and keep them forever. Pretty self-explanatory why he's a part of this. Contestant number 3 is Tiffany. She married and murdered several Sims so that she could make enough money to buy her and her brother a nice house. Murder is never the answer, Tiffany. Okay, that's why you're here. Next up, contestant number 4, we have Alrak the alien. He abducted many women in Willow Creek in order to impregnate them and force them to have alien babies. He took on the role of pollination technician. You could argue it's a job needs doing, but it's not exactly ethical, is it, Alrak? Then we have Mrs. Strep. She adopted a load of unsuspecting, helpless children in order to lock them up in her basement and force them to work so that she could make money. I mean, this one's pretty obvious, isn't it, Mrs. Strep? And then, lastly, we have possibly the worst of the worst. This Sim here is called Carla. She just likes torturing Sims, locking them up in experiments, forcing them to inbreed with each other. This narcissist even started her own cult for the sake of just worshipping herself. No question she deserves to be in here. The biggest question, though, I suppose, who will win? Well, only one way to find out. Let's begin. Well, the games have officially began. Now is probably a good time to decide which one's your favourite and who you're rooting for in this game. I remember in the last one, everyone wrote in the comments who they wanted to see win. Where you going, Mrs. Strep? I don't think so. She literally took one look at this and thought, no, I think I'm going to go. Let's just get rid of this pesky door. Okay, so for the first game, it's very straightforward. Very simple test. We're just going to get the stereo going. And I think pop would be the best shout, because that's a bit sinister to play pop during a death game, wouldn't it? So this round, I think, is going to be over very quickly. Just to weed out the weakest links. They're all going to dance. First Sim to stop dancing will be eliminated. I'm keeping a very close eye. Okay, they've all started. So let's just see who has the most endurance. See, who said death games can't be fun, guys? They're all having a great time. I mean, they're all pretty shit dancers, but, you know, that's not really the point. I see Mrs. Strep there started playing on her phone, but she hasn't given up dancing just yet. Who do we think is going to be first out? I feel like I'm playing musical statues, like I'm the judge of musical statues. Tiffany's getting down. Oh, guys, all this dancing's tiring work, isn't it, huh? I love how they're using this opportunity to make friends. That's a bad idea, guys. I would not encourage that. It's going to cause you a bit of turmoil further down the road if you start actually liking each other. Oh, they're still going strong. My eyes couldn't be more peeled. They're still going. They're all still moving. This could go on for hours, just this one round. These people really want to live. Some of them are really embracing it, like Alrak over there, really getting down. It's still going. They've danced through a couple of songs now. Carla's really embracing it, getting down, showing some moves. Makes sense, I do have some killer moves on the dance floor. They are lasting longer than I thought they would. They're all making friends with each other. Because they've been dancing so long, they're just chatting as they go. I told you guys, it's not a good idea. They've all become good friends. Oh, we have our first quitter, Mrs. Strep. Just as they've all became good friends. And yet, the clock is right. They have been dancing until 6 p.m. Not one of them flinched. Except Mrs. Strep. Sorry, Mrs. Strep, but you just don't have what it takes. I think we will go with Swarm of Flies for Mrs. Strep. Guys, you feel free to stop dancing now. We already have a loser. Oh, it's been nice having you, Mrs. Strep. You did well. You held out for a long time on that dance floor. But unfortunately, today just wasn't your day. That's right, everyone. Gather round, start crying. They're not even. They're still fucking dancing. All these fake friendships. They don't give a shit Mrs. Strep died. Right, well, 5 contestants left, I suppose. Let's move on to the second game, shall we? Alright, here we go. Moving into round 2. Apologies to anyone who had put their bets on Mrs. Strep. 5 contestants left. You may as well stick around, Grim. You're probably going to be putting in a shift today. Okay, this experiment, pretty self-explanatory. This experiment is all about resisting temptation. The Sims are in a room full of bookcases and chairs as well, so they can use their time to gain some knowledge or maybe enjoy some light reading. There's also a bar there, which I can see Carla looks pretty interested in. I suppose that makes sense. So we're going to be seeing who can resist the temptation to drink alcohol and instead read a book. First Sim to help themselves to the bar is eliminated. Good luck, guys. If there was ever any stage that I had to guess Carla would be eliminated, it would probably be this one. This one might take quite a long time because they could just spend all of their time chatting to each other. Or reading the fucking Treachery of the Untamed Heart. Or Reel Her In. I know the names of so many of these fucking books now from the amount of experiments I've done. I wonder if we'll get a little romance out of this, because that dancing really gave them all a really high relationship with each other. And I don't have any toilets or anything, so if any of them need to go, they're just going to have to piss themselves and stink for the rest of the game. Also, if any of you are wondering if these people really do believe to be here, remember the last game, no one shed a single tear at the death of Mrs. Strep. These aren't genuine Sims, okay? These are fucking monsters right here, who deserve everything they get. Should we maybe just speed up time a little bit? See if anyone's going to help themselves? I think the last challenge really wore them out because they're all, like, hungry and really needing to use the bathroom. One of you's going to crack. It's just a matter of time. Evil laugh. Oh, someone's pissed themselves. Oh, I think they've all pissed themselves now. Every single one of them. Well, at least you're all in the same boat. Okay, you know what? I wasn't going to do this, but what I don't want is for them all to, like, just fall asleep and sleep through the whole experiment. So I'm going to temporarily just fill some of their needs. These Sims have a real want to live. None of them went anywhere near the globe. You could see from the time how long I've been watching these fuckers. So I deleted the globe and replaced it with a bar. But then everyone's needs went down completely in the red, to the point where they would not have autonomously tended the bar because they were too hungry, and since there's no food, they would have just died of starvation before using the bar. So I've just filled their needs to see if anyone would like to use the bar, and they've instead opted for just standing in a space. I think I've broken this game, because they all seem very determined to survive. I mean, they've spent almost 2 days in this one room resisting temptation. Maybe they're protesting. Maybe this is like at the end of Hunger Games, when the two at the end chose to die together. Maybe this is their protest. Oh, there's Mrs. Strep's ghost. Is she going to do a bit of dancing? You know what? I'm actually going to admit defeat. I'm going to let them all walk out of this game room. It just means there'll be another room further down the line that's going to have to eliminate 2 players. But These guys have really proven themselves in this one. So I'm going to let them go, all of them, to the next round. So for round number 3, I have basically placed one bed in a room full of gym equipment. Now, a lot of these Sims are already exhausted. Where the fuck are the rest of you guys? They're already exhausted, tired, can't be asked to do anything. So I don't expect them to start interacting with the gym equipment. But if a Sim sleeps in the bed, they're eliminated. They can sit on the bed, they just can't sleep on the bed. Thankfully, that last experiment made them all pretty tired, so let's just see who can hold out the longest. This definitely feels like some kind of protest. Look at them all, just standing still. Oh, yeah, everyone's wet themselves again. I've lost count now of how many times they've wet themselves. Also, Benny looks pretty tempted by that cozy, cozy bed. Be nice to just lay down and rest, wouldn't it, Benny? Oh, hang on. Do we have our first... Oh, there we go. I knew this one wouldn't take long. Sorry, Alrak. You're the weakest link. Let's have him die by freezing. Oh, dear. Oh, poor little alien chum. Anyone going to cry over this one, or... No? Everyone's kind of shocked. Oh, we do have some tears this time. I guess Alrak gave more of a lasting impression than Mrs. Strep did. They're more concerned about the mess he left behind. Some of them are crying and some of them are just looking at the wet patches and going, oh, well, congratulations, guys. You're all through to the next round. And now we make our way to the 4th test, which, thanks to the contestants' strong will to live, is going to be a double elimination. Again, this one should probably be quite straightforward, I think. So, this is a very, very basic room. I've placed 2 skill-building objects and a TV, which is pretty handy, actually, to have to eliminate 2. As we all know, Sims usually draw themselves to the TV. All they want to do is just watch movies and trash TV all day. Well, this test is to see who chooses to spend their time building skills. At the moment, when you click on the objects, it doesn't even come up as an option to practice anything. So it's not really a fair fight, so I'm gonna have to fill their needs for this one. But yeah, the last 2 Sims to engage in a skill-building activity will be eliminated. I reckon this one will go through pretty quickly. Someone's gonna sit on the couch and watch TV. It's just a matter of time. Just have to wait for someone to start singing and for someone to start painting. I think Benny... If he switches that TV on, he may have sealed his own fate. I'm surprised no one's actually turned the TV on yet. Oh, looks like we're watching the Discovery Channel. Not really sure of the best way to go about this, because none of them are really doing anything because they're just talking to each other. So I'm kind of tempted to just put them all in isolation with a skill-building object and see if anyone uses it. Okay, we might get slightly better results here. So now they can't just dick about and talk to each other. Kind of defeats the purpose. The original game was who can resist the TV. Turns out no one can. So now it's just who is the first person to actually interact with the one object they have. If anyone does. I hadn't really thought of what I would do if none of them interacted with these objects. I might just have to roll a dice or something. Okay. I think I'm going to have to drastically change my game plan because none of these Sims are playing ball. They are really protesting here. This game has really not gone the way I was hoping it would go, but I have one more plan up my sleeve. Seeing as you guys like interacting so much, how about we do a fight to the death? Starting off with Benny and Tiffany. The winner of this fight gets to live to the next round. I'm not too sure how their fitness skills are. I think both of them have very little fitness skills. Yeah, Benny has no fitness skills. Neither does Tiffany. Oh, looks like Benny won. Sorry, Tiff. You didn't quite make it to the next round. Tiffany can die from electrocution. And just like that, there goes another contestant. Okay, Carla also has no fitness skills. Neither does Kylie. So, there's no time like the present. Another fight to the death. Who will win? Looks like Carla's got... Oh dear. Kylie won, which means... I'm sorry, Carla. This is the end of the road for you. Carla can die by laughter. There we go. What a way to go. On the bright side, we now finally have our 2 finalists, Benny and Kylie. Congratulations! There's a 50% chance that you'll survive and walk out of this place. There's no prize though, I guess well, actually, this household is very rich, so your prize can be the household funds. So let's move on to the final test. This last test should be fairly straightforward, so I'm hoping I don't have to make provisions for this one. This one should be nice and easy. A very simple game of ping pong, or juice pong actually. This could be your last day living, so you may as well enjoy a drink while you do it. Alright Kylie, play like your life depends on it. Oh, we've started off on a great start. Kylie's got one in, but will Benny get one in? He did! This feels so tense. Oh, the game ended because they both pissed themselves. Right, let's try that again. We've emptied our bladders. We may not smell the best. First one was just practice. Benny's got off to the right start. He's already got one in. Can Kylie keep up? That's the question. Yep, she got one. How's Benny going to do this time? Another one in. I mean, if they get them both, if they get every shot in, kind of makes it unfair. Because Benny was the first one to have a turn. I mean, we're an even 2 for 2 right now. Is Benny going to steal it a third? Yep. He's got his 3rd cup down. Throughout this experiment, I think these Sims have really been fighting for their lives. Just as I was saying, I don't think I'll have any provisions to make. This is going to fucking end in a draw, isn't it? Oh, Benny missed. Can Kylie take home the gold? Oh, this is so tense. She got it in. Sorry, Benny, better luck next time. Well, there isn't going to be a next time, Benny. You have made it to the end of the line, I'm afraid. And I imagine getting so far in the competition would make me so angry. So I think that's only the most appropriate death for you, is just dying of anger. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Kylie, how you feeling? She's obviously very confident. No, come back down here. I want to check in with you. You must be thrilled. You must be absolutely ecstatic to have won the competition. Oh, she's crying because of how happy she is. I'd be exactly the same way, Kylie, if I had just won over 100,000 simoleons and got to keep my life. That's why we do these shows, because it's just fun for everyone. And on that note, I'm going to end this video here. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. You know I love it when you do that. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.